Hey guys, it is Lightning J from Spark, and I am joined by.
Your boy Sphinx or Pigs no, from Spark
Today we're
as well.
doing something a bit different than what we traditionally do.
Yeah, we are. It's more of a video where we
I
sit down
guess
and
I would
talk.
call it a review, almost a podcast really, but we're gonna talk about, I guess, we're gonna be talking about Minecraft Dungeons, but we're not just gonna be talking about it. This is gonna be kind of like a three-part review, our early game impressions, mid-game, and, our conclusion for the end.
Yeah, as you see by the gameplay trailer or what? The gameplay in the
Yeah, the
background.
gameplay
This
trailer.
is Minecraft
This was of
Dungeons.
the first reveal of basically, yeah,
From what I know, it came out on May 26th, so what, less than a week, right? As
yeah,
of
which is
recording.
crazy. I can't believe it just came out.
So, I guess the first topic is the intro, which
Yeah,
what are we
I
doing
guess
with this
basically that's what
series?
we're talking about now. Yeah, like what are we doing? Well, the idea was we wanted to kind of have different content for the channel, but also something we could kind of just talk to you guys, the viewers, about our thoughts. And I
On
guess that's what we're
certain
trying with
topics.
Minecraft Dungeons. Yeah, certain
Yes,
topics, certain games, that type of thing.
it's
We're gonna
nice.
kind of break it down to you.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a super new game. Not a lot of people have it, surprisingly. Really good,
Yeah,
to
that's
be honest.
that's crazy. I mean, considering the YouTubers, not a lot of people have this game, which kind of makes me excited. Because hey,
Got that early access. No, wish.
yep,
So,
early access.
what are we doing with this? And, like, why are we talking? Blah, blah, blah. Like you said, the third, or
Yeah.
Lightning J,
So I
we're.
guess the first thing we could talk about is what do we think? What did we think when we first saw this game?
That's not what I meant. But, pretty
Okay, we'll
much,
get to that in a moment.
yes. We still have 2 minutes. Don't worry, I'm monitoring this, or whatever. By sections. We have five, technically. So, this is, I guess, a series, or a
Yeah, this is
three-part
something we'll be
series,
doing more
mini-series.
in the future, depending how we do our first, I guess, our first game. It's
We'll
kind of
do
a
it
game review in a way.
Yeah, we'll do it with a bunch of games. Pretty much, we're doing 3 videos.
Yep.
Each video is a different time. So, one
Yeah.
before we get
We
the
may do
game
more
ish.
if we want to talk about more topics, but overall,
Yeah,
gonna it's gonna be like three different videos.
3 videos. The first one before we get the game, kind of being sad, but shh, no one needs to know. Second, when we're kind of like halfway through the game. So, our thoughts then.
Yeah.
And then, lastly,
This
the last
last one,
video
we
will
can
be
just
the end.
summarize our thoughts, the overall experience of the game. Was it worth it in the end to get the
hmm
game?
And should
And
you
maybe it'll
buy it?
help you make an informed decision of if you should get this game.
So, we're splitting this into 5 topics. The intro, so right now, technically, we'll
Basically,
probably
what we've
change
been
that
talking about.
in
Maybe,
other
yep.
videos.
So we can
Then
change.
then the expectations. We'll play the trailer, blah blah blah. Our thoughts, blah blah blah. Then
Yeah, we'll kind of just analyze it a bit, I guess.
first impressions, our thoughts, which is kind of like the expectations, but expectations before. So what we thought before
Yeah.
it came out, and first impressions is what we think of the game now.
When we get the game, our experience about when we first got the game and played it.
The next is the features. So what it has to offer, I guess. I don't know. And pros and
Yeah, and
cons.
also, I guess it could also be a way to kind of compare, like, what features make this game Minecraft Dungeons versus just Minecraft or any
hmm
other RPG.
And then our thoughts, pros and cons, what they could change, what they done perfectly, and
Yeah,
then the last
yeah, maybe.
is the wrap up.
Yeah, and
And
maybe of course that plug-in of like, hey, maybe check out more of our videos.
yes. Well, we got 15 seconds, but that's pretty much
God,
the
that's
first
our first part.
the
I mean,
first
not first
thoughts.
part. Yeah,
Yeah, so with that,
first
let's move
first
on
topic.
to the second section, which is expectations. Okay, so this is the trailer, and to be
Yep, for
clear,
Minecraft Dungeons.
really cool. If you want to see the trailer without us talking or
Please check out
whatever,
the official video, which will probably be linked in the description.
yes. But as you can see, we got
It's it's awesome.
I mean, I don't know. We're just watching it right now, as you guys
It's
are.
one of those, yeah. It's one of those. When we first were looking at it, we are kind of just thinking like, ooh, like as that type of thing. Like I noticed one cool thing about the character is you seem to have a seamless switch between melee and just wet, I guess ranged.
Yeah. Now it looks like I love that key, by the way. No,
It's
but
one of yes,
it looks like there's armies of or waves or whatever skeletons zombies,
Yeah, and you just see
pillagers.
all the elaborate kinds of dungeons. 'Cause the first thing we were thinking while we were watching this trailer and just saw the rules of the game is just like, what's gonna distinct the difference between this that's gonna make it Minecraft Dungeons and not just Minecraft?
And yeah, like you were talking about, Lightning J, it looks like there's 4 different classes. I mean, this is a co-op game,
Yeah,
so I think they were trying to show off the 1 to 4 players. But it looks like,
yeah.
we got kind of
It
a
kind of looks like
warrior-esque, then you got like a,
yeah,
I
you
don't
got
know,
kind of a
beefy dude,
mage.
then you got
I
an
just want to
assassin,
say
I don't
one of
know.
the names like more of a
But then yeah,
ranger. Really just depends. The cool thing is in the beginning of the trailer, you just see that redstone golem. You're just like, ooh, what's that? Like you're just thinking it's not the final boss, and that's kind of what I'm wondering for myself. Like you can just see the different backgrounds and the immersion between and the different varieties of enemies.
and I mean, it's a really good trailer. I like how they did that kind of animation style, looking
Yeah,
like
it feels like they put a lot into just also the way, not even just the combat stuff, but the backgrounds, just the different areas you have to explore.
it looks
There's just
like.
so much immersion. You really do feel like you're just in there with
Let
them.
me go to the trailer again.
Because yes, I just even like to see all the enemies how you really can just beat them with really cool attacks. And that reminds me of another thing I see there, the artifacts. It seems like
Oh
they're kind of your
yeah,
equivalent to skills
and
from
then the
what I
different
see here.
armor types. Maybe what I'm thinking is each armor type maybe has buffs a
A
certain
different,
like
yeah, they probably
class or
have
whatever.
different
Maybe
like class buffs in a way. Like, oh, maybe this one, like, oh, maybe maybe do more magic damage, or I guess more damage to your artifacts. You can
I
see how you can
love
summon things as well. Like I see in a bit of that trailer, the one dude summons a dog to fight for them.
I love how there's different types of skeletons. Now in Minecraft we see that with what the stray or whatever, but
Yeah, I
these
guess you say
guys,
that.
it's like there's like a king skeleton and then like a
Yeah, it's
lord or
really
whatever.
cool. Like after skeleton bosses, usually we just like no Minecraft, pretty much skeletons with their skeletons, reskinned normal skeletons that just shoot you with slow arrows.
Let's look at the redstone golem. Now the redstone golem, a lot of people probably know it's that shadow in the beginning,
He's
or
like
I
that
mean the
hype
end.
that you see at the very beginning of the trailer of like I guess your
The
first
ending
peek at a
though,
really powerful enemy.
yeah, the ending looks cool. It looks like you can cast elements, which we really love elements. Like my favorite element is
Yeah,
fire. His is what, lightning.
yeah, pretty much.
But that was,
That
I,
was really it. It's
I
one of
guess the
those.
expectation. Yes, it looks very good.
Yeah, my expectations like it seems like there's gonna be a lot of classes, a lot of focus on the weapons, maybe spells, that type of thing. That's what I kind of expecting. Of course, lots
That's
of
what I
dungeons,
like.
maybe puzzle elements. So it really seems to be a Minecraft dungeon crawler game.
That was our I mean, I like the
That,
I mean, whatever
that
I
pretty
can
much
say.
covers our
Yes.
expectations of what we thought when we, first saw the trailer for the first time. Like, oh, is this gonna be the true dungeon crawler for Minecraft?
That being said,
Because yeah,
that's the end of I guess this segment because
yeah,
we ran out of time.
that's our expectations for the trailer. I mean, the
So
game.
now let's go on to our first impression. Yes. So that cringy, sad moment out of the way
Yeah, sorry.
of
But
our
anyways, so what you're probably wondering is like, okay, we talked about when we first saw the gameplay. Well, not the gameplay, but the trailers about the game
yes,
when the developers were talking about it and whatnot. But it's like now the game has like actually came out.
and
What
we
did
got
we
to play
think
it
when we got to play it? Like when we actually got to have it in our hands, experience that awesomeness.
again. As you see, the background footage is of us playing. Yeah,
Minecraft Dungeons with our good boy characters.
we love it a lot. Like,
So the immediate thing I obviously notice is one of the cool things is the way you can custom. I mean, you can choose your character. I do kind of wish you could fully create customize how they look, but of course, when you
we're
start
not at the
the
cons,
game,
but yes, or the pro and
yeah.
cons,
But first, when you start the
but
game, you're choosing your character. Because you choose how he looks. Then you
yeah,
kind of just go into the game, and it kind of just teaches you little stuff like, okay, so you start off with a sword and a bow, which is kind of cool. That you expect that. So in a way, it's almost like you don't have necessarily a class. You kind of can switch seamlessly between both melee and ranged weapons.
which is really all I'm saying. The roll feature is so nice.
It's amazing.
Like,
It's
it's
nice
like
for dodging, and even certain, I guess, enchantments you can get. You can you can use it to like attack people, enemies. I don't know, or even
yeah,
move faster. And another thing I noticed is the level up system. You don't
I
exactly
like it.
get necessarily skill points. You actually get enchantment points, which you can use to give your gear certain stuff. Like, oh, the ability to slow down enemies or take damage when they hit you, little stuff like that, or even just leech off their health.
And
Just cool little stuff.
the best thing about that with the enchantments is, and because this game is a lot about getting a weapon, then I
Yeah,
guess you could say recycling it to get a better weapon.
pretty
The
much
thing
to
is,
upgrade it.
the enchantment points, or weapon upgrades, you could say, they when
They can be
you
salvaged.
when you salvage your weapon, you keep them. So
Yeah, you get
then,
it back. So if let's say you got this one weapon, you enchanted it with a really good enchantment, then you immediately got a better weapon. You're like, oh, I wish I could use that enchantment. You salvage it, and then boom.
and that's pretty much, I guess, I think that's
Another thing.
what they were
Sorry.
doing. Yeah, that's what they were going for. I think with the, I guess, elemental powers or
Accomplished.
the buffs, mage. I don't really know. Like,
I want to
yeah,
say another thing, besides different types of bows, is the artifacts. They're basically your ways of skills. They're
yeah,
basically your skills, your abilities, if you
it's
will.
nice. Same thing with weapons and armor. Well, I guess I don't know.
They give you certain benefits. Like,
Buffs,
for one
yeah.
example, I'll tell you about the Death Cap Mushroom. This increases your movement speed and attack speed. So you can run faster and just slash overall faster. It even got stuff like the firework, where you can shoot like a firework arrow that just does crazy,
Yep.
I guess, AoE damage.
Another thing I like about this game is the different weapon types. You got a sword, which is medium, I guess, medium attack
Yeah,
speed, medium
range. There's
range.
emphasis on range, power, and speed of the weapon. It really affects what you do. Like,
Oh,
and you may
yeah,
have one. There are a lot of actual different types of swords. If you got different swords that have different range. Some attack slower, some attack faster. You got spears. They're
that's
melee, but
really
they have more range often at times.
that's really, I guess, the best thing about this game. It's a lot,
Yeah,
it's way customizable. You want to go for, I guess, a certain class almost, you
yeah.
can
You're
do
not
that.
restricted to a class, which is really nice.
I like playing more of a speedy, yet a speedy, class
I
where
like
it,
playing more of a warrior, but it's like also with these artifacts, I'm able to kind of like summon things and cast like spells
yep.
in a way, which is pretty nice.
And then emeralds are your currency, which is like, yes.
Yeah.
But with
That
that being
reminds me, and
said,
there are actual people you can use the currency with, but that's for
yes.
another time.
Yeah, that was pretty much our first impressions. What? Yes. We
Yeah, that's pretty
couldn't
much it
get
when
a
we
lot
first
out,
picked up the game. But we
but
hope you guys at least got the basic gist. Like I
I
said, we can
guess
talk more about it in future
in the
videos and
next
whatnot.
section, let's go. Now on
So now,
to the
the
features,
features,
which we kind
which
of
it's kind of
already
more or less what we
discussed.
did, but we're touching up more on it, you could say.
Yeah, so
For
let's
one
start
thing,
off. What? Yes, go.
you can start off with the map, the exploration
I
of the
love
game.
the detail of the map. It kind of feels short. That's one of the
Yeah, it
definitely
feels like there could be a
cons.
little bit more. Yeah, I guess you could call that a con. And certain areas, it feels like you could reach, but you just can't. Like
And
you
it's
roll off to
sad.
there, it's just like you just die. You're like, oof.
Exactly. Ag-
Yeah, I
well,
just love the idea how there are secrets in the game, and
mhm.
chests. Of course, chests are things that make a lot of games more exciting. Because the idea of like you can get certain loot from it, like oh, this chest gave me this really cool sword or this really cool armor,
Yeah,
and that kind of reminds me of another thing. I'll come back to leveling up because when you level up, you get a chest that gives you random stuff, new random
that
weapons and
is true.
stuff. The
I
weird thing is, it's
do,
almost like a loot box in a way. How it's randomized. You don't know
hmm
what you're gonna get.
I do like, which Minecraft definitely could do, is stronger enemies or even bosses.
Yeah,
They give
I
good loot, like
definitely think
weapons and
stronger
armor.
enemies.
It's not just like here's some
More
redstone.
variety as well. This game has more variety as enemies. Like even just in the game, you'll notice there are stronger versions of zombies and skeletons, and even certain just different, I guess, well, villagers that
Hmm
actually, like for example, one, I guess the sorcerer or whatever you call it, he just buffs enemies around them, making them 10 times stronger. They've been called enchanted enemies, and you actually have to fight through them. And even just got certain just variations of like even enemies like spiders are unique in this game. They actually shoot
Yes.
webs and web you down to the ground. Oh, you get attacked by other enemies. It's insane.
Another another pro. I like the controls. They're different, but they're like
They're
a
smooth.
simple different. Like X
Yeah.
is for attacking, and then R1 is for rolling, and then stuff like that. It's not
Yes.
like Terraria where
I
you
feel like
press R2 to
one
jump, which is no, please. You can't
one
jump to the
thing
game,
I
but
would like is the thing is like for one thing for our emeralds we can trade them with these villagers we rescue. One being the blacksmith, he gives you random weapons and or armor. You also have the one who trade, he gives you random artifacts. The problem with this is after a while, it really is a lot of RNG. You kind
Yeah.
of just randomly get things like you'll be spending all your emerald on something, and be like, oh well, this kind of
Oh,
isn't
that was a
really what I was
waste.
hoping to get. Yeah, that's
Now,
kind of another thing. I like the artifacts,
now that we're
but
on the topic of, I guess, cons,
yeah,
come on, $20 game that's already speedruns can be in 30 seconds, 30 minutes
yeah.
or
See, the
whatever.
problem is we're already
DLC they
kind
have
of
to buy.
played for a little
Like
bit. Yeah,
DLC
like
they
they're
like
already
no.
bringing out DLC. Like what I'm worried is, it doesn't seem like they're going to be doing free updates for this game. And from what I heard, this game is really short.
That's the thing. But if you're like us, well, if you did what like we did, what?
If you like
Yes.
us and like to enjoy the detail of the games and play back
We
through levels,
we I mean, we've been playing for I don't say a week. We've been playing for like at least 3 days now.
yeah,
We haven't beat the
we
game.
kind
We're
of been
not even
stressing
halfway
out our
done.
gameplay.
Yeah, we're not
No,
done because we just like kind of the style of enjoying it while
yeah, we
playing
kind of just like
casually.
enjoying it casually, but it's our way to make sure that we don't play through too much at once.
So if you do that and enjoy the game for what it is and not expect it to be this amazing Diablo-esque game or something, then I think you'll really
Yeah,
enjoy it.
because one thing it does not have, it doesn't have, you don't have skills, which the artifacts kind of serve as skills, but I still do kind of wish you could cast certain things, because I'm looking at early gameplay, at least at the moment, it doesn't seem like there's that much necessarily magic stuff that you can use technically. I mean, there is some, it looks
Hmm.
like you just need souls for it, but I'm definitely hoping to find more variety, but they do got really unique weapons, and a lot of what you're going to hear us saying is, we wish this was in normal Minecraft.
Yep. And I really hope they just uh, make the DLC what the community wants, make it
More with it.
free for
I
everyone, blah
hope
blah
they,
blah.
yeah, I really
With
just
that
hope
being
they add free
said,
updates.
sorry, that's this section. Pretty
Yeah,
much overall, we love the game. You guys should
yeah.
like the
We'll let
game.
you know more of how like about it, but it's one of those. It really depends on you. Like for one thing, this game don't compare it to games like Diablo, because it may be a dungeon crawler, but it's not. It's not Diablo.
With that being said, let's move on to the final topic.
Yeah, honestly,
Okay.
just our overall thoughts.
So this
So
last section
obviously,
is gonna be our
this
overall
is
thoughts,
yeah, this
I
is gonna be
guess.
our overall thoughts. We may have been a bit critical, but it's one of those. This is because we actually do care about the game and we're curious to see what it has to offer. It's still very early on for us, so there's kind of a lot we could discover.
So
There's a
yeah,
lot we haven't really found out and experienced.
so these are just I guess our harshest, you could say, opinions. Still, we love the game.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But remember, it is our opinion.
Yes, that's
Just because you don't agree with ours doesn't mean
we'll
that
definitely
our
have
opinion
to
is
put
not
that in
fact.
the description or
Just because you don't
in
agree with
the
your opinion doesn't mean that we don't like the game. It's because we're being critical about it. We like this game a lot. We're just kind of saying, what we think could be better and what we think is good.
and it's good to take, I mean, breaks from this game because you don't want to be disappointed with your money.
And you don't want to. And here's a tip I've noticed a lot of people do. For one thing, it's definitely more fun with friends. I mean, as you can see here, the cool thing
Yep.
is even the difficulty scales up based on how much people you have. But it's one of those. Take your time to kind of enjoy this game. I'm not saying don't go through levels at normal pace, but
Hmm.
try not to rush this gameplay.
And if anything, don't take the name, don't, what's the saying
Don't take the
called?
name too personally, I guess. Or
Not
take it
even
at face
that.
value.
Don't read a book by its cover, or
Yeah,
don't think that this is gonna be full dungeon game. Blah blah blah. There are
yeah.
dungeons, and they are amazing
Or don't be
because
like
yes,
disappointed if it's not like how you hoped.
but this is more of an
It is
adventure
at the
game.
beginning.
It's like the
It
dungeons and
is.
all are nice, but they're not really dungeons. They're more of just areas.
I
But
think
yeah,
another,
it's more
I
of an
guess, thing
adventure
I would
game.
like to see them add is you got this cool cone base, this camp. It kind of
Hmm.
just changes over time, I guess you could say, based on like, hey, like you rescued this guy, now you got this area over here. I think it'd be cool if you could actually build and customize your home.
Well, I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's a nice touch.
I do. What? I don't know.
We're gonna say
Um,
that you do overall like the gameplay as
I
so
do.
far.
It like I can see that people might not like it when watching other people because it kind of just looks like I don't know. It's not one of the. It's
This is one of those games I feel like you have to experience for yourself to really, I guess, feel it, to understand it.
yes. We still have like a minute and 30 seconds. So with that being said, let's go into our um
Hmm.
what's it called? Our
Our conclusion, our
no.
finisher. I don't know.
called?
Sorry, guys, we are a bit new at this.
Our what? What's our they called? Our ad. Yes. Let's go into our ad that we made because yes. With that
Right.
out of the way, I don't know what I
This is
put
our
there, but
first video. I
yeah.
really sorry. We're a little bit nervous because this is our first time doing something like this, and we're a little unsure, I guess, about sharing our thoughts like this. But I really hope you guys enjoyed it because we want to do something like this to bring more variety and kind of give you guys a take on games. Maybe it'll help you decide if you want to buy your next game. You never know.
I want to see like 3 rules. Don't take it personally or seriously
Yeah, don't.
because it's our
At the end
opinions,
of the day,
not
it's a
yours.
video for fun and entertainment. Just kind of wanted to share our thoughts. Kind of. I guess it's kind of going to get to know us better
Yep.
in a way.
Second reason, stay tuned because again, our thoughts could change. Remember, this is a 3-part
Yes,
miniseries or
this is
whatever.
opinion subject to change.
So don't think that this is set in stone. And the last thing is to love your mother.